Hey everybody, welcome to another Pokemon TCG video. It is I, Yazzie TCG, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the upcoming set 151. I'm recording this exactly the 15th, so that means in give or take 8 days, because it's like... No, it is just a week. It is just a week. In a week, next Friday, 151 will come out. This is a really cool fan servicey set, even though I'm a little, like, it's you know, it's the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh!, same thing with Pokemon. They will dick ride Gen 1 or DM for Yu-Gi-Oh! Even when it comes to Vanguard, they'll dick ride the original series. They'll, like, this could have been something, like, this could have been something else. I'm really hoping that we get, like, you know, Scarlet and Violet, like, 252 for Johto. Like, I'm hoping that every generation gets something like this, because this is really cool. Really cool. But I have some cards on the top, on the top part of the screen that I'm going to be talking about in this video. These are the cards that I'm the most excited for. And at the end, there's some like, trivia, like, little neato cards. Some other cards. Now, by no means, I'm no expert. I'm no expert when it comes to the trading card game. I just think that these cards might be able to shake up, might be able to shake up something in the game currently. Let's start with the best one right now. Not the best one right now. I don't know why I said that, but we have Charizard EX from this set. I know we just got the Infernal King himself, the Terra Dark Zard in Obsidian Flames, and we're getting another one. Don't think this one's gonna see that much play, simply due to his attacks being worse. It not having the ability to set up your board just immediately. But it is another option that you can run. Now, sadly, pretty sure you can't run 4 Terra Dark Zards and then one of this. So you would have to give up a Terra Dark slot for this, but I do think that it takes some consideration due to the first attack, Brave Wing, doing 160 for just 1 energy as long as it's taking damage. It's a big boy. It can take a little bit of damage, especially with decks like Lost Mine around, whatever. There is like damage spreading around. You can get away with, like, maybe running a copy of this. Mostly because it also lets you attack for 1 energy, which is sometimes the problem I see with that deck. Like, sometimes I'm just running low on gas, and, like, I don't have the 2 fire energy, because I maybe drawn a couple and I can't attach them all. This does indeed attack for 1 energy. And I know, I think we already got a 70 base HP Charmander. Hold on, I'm gonna, you know what? Where is, here we go. God damn it. Never mind. What I wanted to say is that I do believe that the Charmander from this set is 70 HP, and it does have an attack to get rid of stadiums, which is something infinitely better than the ones we have right now. The one from Go just sets up an energy, like, to itself, which is worthless because Infernal Rain Charizard sets up himself. The one from the Elite Trainer box, the promo, is just okay. Like, it does, like, a little bit more damage, but it's never going to be attacking. So at least having this to get rid of a stadium is pretty nice. Gets rid of Path to Peak, Artisan for your opponent. Like, you can do things like that. You can run Artisan, get your things, attack with it, boom, it's gone. Your opponent can't benefit off of it. I wanted to bring it up. I thought I brought it up here. I thought I had it on a thing, but I guess I did not. Anyway, I don't think this will be played. I don't think it'll be played, like, at all. I think it might be like a cheeky little tech 1-of spot. But there's a lot of good 1-ofs in Pokemon, so who knows. Next up is the other starter, Blastoise EX. Now, I do think that this one has the potential to be run in Chien-Pao decks right now. Right now, Chien-Pao decks are mostly running Palkia V-Star, because that card is nuts. Don't know why you wouldn't. This one does indeed have some cool little tricks. Solid Shell giving it 30 damage reduction on top of its big-ass HP stat already. And Twin Cannons is basically Hailblade, but capped at 280. It's capped at 280, but still... Like, this seems like, I do believe the War Turtle and Squirtle from this set aren't too much to talk about. I don't believe they have anything, which is something I feel Pokemon needs to start doing more. I feel like the stage 2s and stage 1s need to start having a little bit more abilities, like the Kirlia from the recent sets that has the I forget the exact ability name. I'm gonna put it on screen, but that one to draw 2 cards, that's pretty good. It's a reason to run the card. I think this is neat. I think if Poke V-Star gets rotated out, I think this might slot it in if there's no other good water attacker. I mean, you could run it. You could run this now. I don't see why you wouldn't. It's like it does 280. It's gonna kill most non-stage 2 like EXs right now, and I do believe it does just enough to knock out V-Stars, which is pretty neat for two basic water, which like the deck has no problem. The water decks right now are eating so good, it's not even a joke. It is not even a joke. Shampoo, Baxcalibur, it's like they are eating so good right now. Water's in a great spot. Next up, we have Wigglytuff EX. If it has a special energy, it gets 100 HP. It becomes tanky as fuck. And then if you play a supporter, which 90% of turns you're gonna be playing a supporter, it does 180 instead of 190. Now I do believe that there is a special energy. Like, hold on, I'm gonna give you 1 sec, because I do believe I remember. I feel a little bad because I should have had this set up. But the special energy I was talking about was therapeutic energy, which does indeed not let your Pokemon be hit with a sleep, confusion, paralysis. Cannot be. It also recovers it. It counts as 1 energy. And the reason I remembered it, the reason I should have remembered it is because Wigglytuff in this previous set of how they evolved does indeed search for this. It doesn't search, but it accelerates. Is what I meant to say. This, doing that, 350 HP. 350 HP. This and a double colorless, or not double colorless. I've recently come back to the game and seeing double turbo energy replacing double colorless throw me off a little bit. Granted, double colorless was broken, so I do see why they nerfed it a little bit. A 160 with 350 HP, you're not gonna get knocked out by there's a lot of things that won't be able to knock you out. I think you'll be able to do 360, 160 plus 160 is 320, which knocks out. You're just shy. You're just you're a little bit of knocking stage 2 EXs, but I do believe there is an item that does more damage to EXs. So you'll be fine. There's a neat little... Wanted to bring it up. It's a neat little thing. I think, plus I like the art on it. I'm gonna keep it real. I like the art on it, which is why, we have this. I think there could be a neat little deck, and the difference between this, running this Charizard and running these 2 together is that you can run 4 of each, since this is not an EX. It's from a different set as well. Anyway, we're gonna move forward to Alakazam EX. Mind Jack for double colorless does 30 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It is one of those attacks. It's gonna be like this DTE, you do 20 less damage. It doesn't fucking matter. You do 20 less damage for the first Pokemon, and then it just keeps on going. Dimensional Hand. This attack can be used even if the Pokemon is on the bench. Now this is going to be, I believe this is going to be kind of nuts. Kind of nuts with Pokemon like Mimikyu, Spiritomb, Pokemon that this is great for the Pokemon that want that. This is great for those type of Pokemon that want to be in the active slot, locking down your opponent, and Alakazam can be in the back, just hitting them with the hand. It literally has the JoJo's hand, the hand. They're being one. I think this could cause a very not fun to play with deck. You have Spiritomb, Mimikyu, Manaphy on the bench. They can't snipe your bench. Have this, it's gonna be I think this Alakazam is gonna be good for both of the attacks, because Mind Jack being essentially these attacks are always good. The attacks are depending on your opponent's bench or how much energy is on the field or how much energy your Pokemon has, these attacks are always going to be good. So any Pokemon that has them, you should always keep in the back of your mind. But I think this back of your mind, pun not intended, but I do believe that Alakazam does have potential. It being 310 HP for a stage 2 is actually, I think it's part of the little balancing, because if this thing would have had the extra 20 some HP, it really could have gotten a hand. Sadly, it is weak to dark, and Charizard is really good. So if Charizard just even breathes in his direction, he's dying. I want to say Infernal Rain is 180 without any prize cards. So even if even if you have no prize cards, Alakazam is dying unless you've equipped Bravery Charm. Moving forward, we have one of these mentions where it's like, it's not really good, but I wanted to bring up the fact that this Kangaskhan EX, if you have the Mandate of Heaven, could indeed be the best deck of all time. Triple draw 3 cards. It's a whatever. It is a whatever. I don't think you'd ever use that attack unless the game is just that slow. And then incessant punching for 3 colorless energy, 100 times the number of heads you flip 4 coins. Now, you need to hit all 4 to kill a stage 2 EX. But for anything else that isn't like a V max, 3 is good enough. Now, right now, there is not a card that helps you do extra coin flips, which I feel if that ever releases, there are going to be so many decks that just receive a nuclear power boost. This, for example, any extra coin flips, or any extra chances to redo coin flips, insane. We have the mill out deck, like with Wug Trio. There's a bunch of cards that are balanced by the fact that it's a 50-50 shot at picking it. Like, this attack can either do 400 damage or -5 damage. Your opponent laughs at you. To add 230 HP, it's also going to be knocked out by most of the things around. So I just want to bring up. I also want to bring up the fact that this is getting its own Kangaskhan EX battle deck next month. So if you want this card, I'd recommend waiting for that. That's pretty much it. I got nothing else for that one. Next up, we got Jinx EX. Heart-stopping Kiss for one water, 2 colorless. If your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, it is knocked out. And then Icy Wind for 3 water. The active Pokemon is now asleep. Now, I don't know if there's any other cards that just put to sleep, because I haven't really seen it. Haven't really seen them around. I believe if we ever get any cards like Hypnotoxic Laser, or something like an external way, a supporter, something that puts people to sleep. This card could be so fucking funny. Not to mention it is also water, so it can be run with Chien-Pao and Baxcalibur, so it's heavy energy cost on its attacks. Really is a non-issue. I mean, even right now, Palkia's Star Portal just sets this thing up. Like, it is really no issue. Like, this, depending on the future cards we get, this card could be a really funny, like, oh my god, I'm gonna get knocked out. Next up, we have another one of these, like, I want to say a little funny meme cards. Aerodactyl with its de-evolution rate for 2 energy, 100 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolved Pokemon, devolve it by putting the highest stage evolution card into your opponent's hand. This is a Digimon card. That is a that is a Digimon type of effect. Like, for those who play the Digimon trading card game, is literally an effect. Like, Digivolve is a thing. This is the same thing. My favorite part about Aerodactyl in Gen 1 is when I fought it with my Pikachu and it turned it into a Pichu. My favorite part of it. This is going to be so funny for all the decks that use Rare Candy, because this double, like, DTE, it doing less damage does not fucking matter. Like, oh, nice Terrazard you got there. It would be a shame if it went back to just a Charmander. Oh, nice Pidgeot EX. Would be a shame if you went back to a Pidgey. Would be a shame. Like, this has some funny cards. I do believe I saw a TM that is also this, like a TM, because like finally they're bringing TM to the trading card game. Or at least I feel this is the first time they've done TMs. They also have a de-evolutionized attack. I don't know how good this is. I believe, like, I think this might be like a funny type of deck that just focuses on bullying people who are playing the new, like, fancy-dancy evolving decks without playing the middle stage, because Rare Candy is such an insane card that you'd be stupid not to run it. That's I really got nothing for it. I think this card is going to be hilarious. That is it. And then we got, this is the card that I'm the most excited for in this set, Zapdos EX. I don't know how to say it, Voltiac Float. If this Pokemon has any energy attack, it has no retreat cost. I just, like, I mean, that is, like, easiest. You might as well just not put a retreat cost on this Pokemon. Multi-Lightning Shot for 123. Lightning-type energies. Attack with 90 damage for one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. Now, this card is electric. And you want to know what Pokemon is running around that is electric type as well? Miraidon. Tandem Unit. You know what's crazy about this card? It's a basic. Search for it. You have Regieleki to let it jump up in damage. You have a Dynamotor, an electric generator to put the energy on it. This card is definitely going to be played in the Miraidon electric pile. I see no reason to it. Like, it is, like, it can realistically get kills, or maybe it shouldn't. You deal a bit of damage to your opponent's, active Pokemon and boss's orders, so it, any way to get any other Pokemon in. Multi-shot lightning kills that. 90 damage to the thing you were about to kill. Boom, that's potentially 2, 3, or 4 prize cards right there. It's a perfect card. Like, it is a perfect card. No retreat cost. I mean, you can, like, easily, like, switch in, like, Raikou for the fleet-footed draw. Like, it is just so good. It is just, like, actively, like, so fucking good. Like, this is also getting a box. You'll be able to guarantee a copy of this. And for people who want to play Lightning, they are releasing a Miraidon Regieleki V League Battle Deck. That is like a must-buy, I feel. That is, like, going to be one of the best Pokemon products released so far. Like, oh my god. Like, when I saw this, I'm like, damn, I'm already excited. Like, Miraidon's a cheap card. They reprinted it in the tins. Very cheap, and then they outright, they're just like, nah, if you want to play Miraidon, bro, boom, we're dropping a League Battle deck, bro. Just chillax, and you get the Regieleki V-Stars too. Or it's either V-Star or VMAX. Actually, no, I believe it's VMAX, actually. I was wrong, it's VMAX. Next up, we have Snorlax from 151. Voraciousness. Once per turn, you may put up to 2 leftover cards from your discard pile into your hand, which is why we're going to stop looking at this card immediately to go look at leftovers up here. It is a Pokemon tool. Apparently, in the 151 print, at the end of your turn, if this card is attached to a Pokemon in the active spot, heal 20 damage from this card. It's just okay. I don't think it's going to see play, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because this is most likely the one in the Elite Trainer box, because the Elite Trainer box is Snorlax themed. So, this is most likely what it is. See, my thing is, if this was an EX, and it had the EX, like, stats, I would maybe see it being used as just a wall, but if you did want to wall up, like, you have, you know, just better Pokemon. Like, walling up doesn't even have to take HP to do it, per se. Like, Klefki, Spiritomb, Mimikyu, like, those do an infinitely better job since, you know, like, can't do shit. And since Leftovers specifically is a tool, you have to attach it, you can only have one tool, so it's not like, oh, Snorlax is going to be healing that much damage each turn. It's like, it doesn't matter how much you heal, you're going to get nuked out of the water. Like, this Pokemon is a Pokemon that needed to be an EX for this type of playstyle. So, like, I'm only bringing it up just because it comes in the, it comes in the, whatchamacallit, the ETB. Next up, we have the poster child himself for the set, Mew EX. Restart once per turn. You may draw cards. You have 3 cards in your hand. Pretty good. Any ability that just lets you keep digging in your deck is good. I wish it was a little more than 3 cards. And we have the interesting attack, Genome Hacking. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon attacks. Use it as this attack. Now, normally, Mew would do the opposite. Mew would grab one of your attacks and use it. Like, I like the idea that this card is going for. I think this might see some play. But I'm just trying to think of, like for Chien-Pao, it's worthless. Because you need water energy. Same thing for the Blastoise we're going to play. It needs water energy. The Charizard depends on, like, how they are doing. Like, if they've taken a lot of prize cards, you might be able to, like, KO it back. Don't think you can, though. The thing is also weak to Dark, so Charizard would nuke it out of the water. It's just, I'm trying to think of, like, attacks that, like, you know, you'd be, like, you know, like, I'm trying to think, like, I mean, the bench attacks, like Lightning Rondo and Subspace Swell and the Raichu one as well. Like, that one possibly. Like, it's gonna be an interesting card. That's just what I'm saying. Like, there might be, like, this might be a good... It also is a little expensive, like, attack-wise. It is also a little, like, expensive attack-wise. 3 energy is a lot. Like, DTE gets 2 and you need 1, but that's still a lot to use an attack that might suck balls. Like, you're pressing a Champ Power player, okay, cool, I'm gonna use Hail Blade and do nothing because I don't have any water energy. Like, this Mew could have cooked. It's, like, it's a funny little card. I think it might be used more for its restart ability. Drawing card is always good. It's an option. Yeah. Even though I don't think there's a, like, there's ways to get 0 cards in hand. That's when you get most value. But, like, even cards popular like Iono in the format or Judge, they leave you at, like, like, Judge leaves you at 4. Iono, you'd have to be at 1 to draw 2 more cards, and even then, it would be your turn. Like, if your opponent Ionos you draw, you'd have 2 cards in hand. It's a little neat, interesting card. I just don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be used that much. I don't think it will. And here we go. And then these 3 I think are more funny haha cards more than I think they're going to be like good. We have Ditto here. Transform start. Once during your first turn, if this card's in your active spot, choose a basic Pokemon, except any Ditto from your deck. If you do, discard the Pokemon, all attached cards, put the chosen Pokemon in its place shelf of your deck. This is kind of crazy. This is 4 extra copies of any other basic Pokemon in your deck. Like, this goes either going first or second, because during the first turn, other than that, it doesn't do anything. But we've seen cards like Battle VIP Pass and stuff being used. Like, it's you know, I probably shouldn't have said this was wasn't gonna be used. I think this card's actually kind of nuts. Like, this gets this gets you the Pidgey, this gets you Arceus, this gets you, Charmander, Chien Pao. Like, any basic in the game, that's like 90% of the game. But no, never mind, I take it back. This Ditto probably going to be used a lot. And then that base sticky attack. Sticky. It's been yelling at your Ditto. You sticky attack, Ditto. It also looks adorable as well. Look at it, it's cute. Anyway, here we actually go. Some more funny, noticeable cards. This is the first Kadabra we've gotten in like 20-something years due to a lawsuit. It's ass. Missed opportunity to make it as good as the Kirlia. It's funny. And then we have Dragonite over here. Jet Cruise, your Pokemon in play have no retreat cost. With Rare Candy, all you'd have to do is play a Dratini. Any Dratini, boom it up. I think this could be something. Dragon Pulse, the attack is... Dragon-type attacks are so weird because they take 2 energy of different types, so it's like, okay, like it's a Dragon deck that have to run in a deck running Water Electric. Not a lot of sin, not a lot, but I think this card is neato. It'd be really funny to move around. This is simply a counter to that Spite Ops, like, retreat stacking deck. It is so funny. Like, gonna do no extra damage, but here we are. Other than that, we have some interesting item cards. We have Energy Sticker. Flip a coin. If head, attach 1 basic energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. I think this is going to be kind of nuts. Kind of nuts if you high roll. It's, there's too many ways to get energy in the discard pile. If we ever get another card that, like, helps coin flips, it's going to be nuts. And we have this is the only good supporter card, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is from the set. I know there's Giovanni's Charisma, which you can search with the Persian in this set. I just don't think it's that good. At least for me, I wouldn't want to use my supporter on that. This, you reveal their hand, you see what's in it. Put a basic that they might be saving on the bench. Like that they might be saying they don't want you to snipe it. And then if you put a basic Pokemon in that way, switch it into active, it is literally, this is, like in Yu-Gi-Oh terms, this is confiscation. This is like delinquent duo confiscation, like Forceful Sentry, all into 1 card. It's crazy. It clogs up the bench. Maybe they didn't, maybe they get something from prize and we're about to put on bench, but no. extra basic Pokemon in hand, and then you get to switch it up. Like it is so good. It's gonna be so good. Like genuinely, I think Erica's it's like boss's orders plus letting me look at your hand. Like it is kind of crazy. Sadly, this is not searchable by anything in the set, I don't think. Unlike Giovanni's Charisma. All the other cards are just like, all the other supporters are just fine. The one stadium didn't really bring my attention either. That is all the cards, at least for 151, that I am like interested in and trying some stuff out with. And cannot wait for this set to come out. I'm gonna come out in a week. My wallet is just simply not ready. There's a lot of things from this that I want to get. Other than that, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Tell me which cards you're excited to play in 151. And until next time, it's been your boy, Yavi PCV. Out.